Imagine waking up one day to find your country under the iron grip of a man who promised hope but delivered nothing but terror, a man whose name would forever be etched in history as one of the most feared dictators of all time. Who was Idi Amin Dada? And how did he transform Uganda into a land of nightmares? In the early 1970s, Uganda was buzzing with energy and optimism. Obote was in power, and people had real hopes for a better future. But little did they know, a storm was brewing in the shadows, one that would shatter their dreams and plunge the nation into chaos. Who was this man? Born in 1925, Idi Amin Dada was a force of nature, over 6 feet tall, with a presence that could dominate any room. And that ambition would soon lead Uganda down one of its darkest paths. January 1971, a turning point in Uganda's history. While President Milton Obote was out of the country, Amin saw his chance and took it. With a swift and brutal military, himself the new president of Uganda. To the outside world, he played the part of the people's hero, a leader who would save the nation. But what was really going on behind the scenes? At first, many Ugandans believed in Amin. They thought he would bring stability after years of turmoil. But soon, the truth began to unfold, a truth far more sinister than anyone could have imagined. What happens when a leader sees enemies everywhere? Amin's answer was simple: eliminate them. His rule quickly turned into a reign of terror. In just 8 years, an estimated 100,000 to 500,000 people were killed. These weren't just numbers. They were fathers, mothers, children. Each life lost had a story, each family torn apart. Imagine the fear, the constant dread of not knowing if you or your loved ones would be next. Amin reveled in that fear, his power growing more dangerous and unpredictable with each passing day. Devastate Uganda's economy. He expelled over 80,000 Asians, people who had lived in Uganda for generations, contributing to its growth, its culture, its very soul. Why did he do it? The result? Economic collapse. Industries ground to a halt, shortages spread like wildfire. But for Amin, this was a twisted victory, a way to reshape Uganda in his own image, rooted in fear and division. As Amin's paranoia grew, so did his isolation. He distanced Uganda from the international community, made strange alliances, and alienated potential allies. Why would a leader do this? Inside Uganda, things only got worse. No one could challenge his absolute power. No one dared. But every 1979, the Tanzanian army, alongside Ugandan exiles, closed in on Kampala. Amin's forces crumbled, and as they advanced, Amin fled, leaving behind a nation in ruins. His reign of terror was over, but the wounds he left behind would take generations to heal. Reflective tone. Amin escaped to Libya, then Saudi Arabia, where he lived in exile until his death in 2000 for the countless lives he destroyed. But his legacy is a stark reminder of what unchecked power can do. Today, Uganda has moved forward, yet the shadow of Idi Amin's rule remains. It's a story of survival, of resilience, and of a nation that, despite the horrors of the past, continues to strive for a brighter future. We must remember the victims, learn from the past, and never let such darkness return. If this story moved you, if you learned something today, I'd love for you to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with others. History has so much to teach us, and together we can make sure that the horrors of the past are never forgotten. Thank you for watching.